pages.
Oh,
But part of it is they go into explaining all of them.
well, I know,
I
but
know,
then,
which
but
is
see, I'll
why-
take it back with me, then I can go through the parts, so I'll mark it off.
Okay.
Cause this is old Cam.
And this is not a spring chicken. Today we're going to be talking about the nominations from
The Screen Actors Guild, which is a good indicator of who is going to be nominated for the Academy Awards, because the same people that vote for this are the ones that vote for the actors in the Academy side. So the only minor difference is that you don't know which parts of the Actors Guild are members of the Academy. They could be somebody that supports a minor figure in this, so. So
But for the most part, especially for the actor and actress
they
roles.
tend to follow. It's
Yeah.
just basically almost a gimme that they'll follow right down the line, so.
But you're gonna notice that some of these are a little bit different than the Golden Globes.
Yeah, which it should be, because the Golden Globes is, okay, basically, they don't really care about the attendance over on Turner. But the Golden Globes is basically, they're wanting to get people to watch it. It's been 6 straight years of dwindling ratings, I think, so.
And they also had 2 different categories. For example, they had like a outstanding male role in a drama, and then they had comedy or musical series, whereas this is one.
Well, because they're trying to make it last for like 2 hours on television, so.
Yeah, so this one is outstanding performance by a male actor in a leading role.
I know, we've got Jeff Bridges, Rooster Cogburn, Robert Duvall, Get Lowe, Jesse Eisenberg, Mark Zuckerberg, Colin Firth, King George the Sixth, and James Franco, and 127. Well, it's Eisenberg, folks.
Well, not that, Zuckerberg didn't get Times Man of the Year, but, nor that we got anything in the paper today with him on the front cover of one of the
Yeah.
sections, right?
And they like to give politically correct movie things like this. Well, Bridges got his last year. Duvall doesn't really stand a chance because not being nominated anything. You're not going to give Colin Firth for his Stuttering King and James Franco for cutting his arm off.
Well, and you know who's noticeably missing from here, which was in the, from the Golden Globes, is Johnny Depp,
Yeah, well, because.
who was nominated in 2 categories.
Yeah, I know, but outstanding performance by a female actor in a leading role: Annette Bening, The Kids Are All Right, Nicole Kidman, Rabbit's Hole, Jennifer Lawrence, Winterbone, Natalie Portman, Black Swan, Hilary Swank, Conviction. Yeah, well, we told everybody Hathaway wasn't going to get nominated, so. But
You know who else isn't in here is Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
That was in the other one.
well, they all said
Angelina
that was
Jolie
a
did.
travesty, that one they said, though. They said she slipped her way through it. But everybody, okay, Natalie Portman is winning all the awards. Natalie Portman has been a child actor. She's now an adult. And basically, she spent a year, because the movie was delayed so many times, she spent a year of her life learning to be a ballet dancer. So they always like things, and then she had to lose like 20 pounds of weight and couldn't put it back on.
They always like when they have to go through these changes.
She didn't weigh anything to begin with.
I know.
I'm assuming
See,
she.
Mark, how in the world? That's the tough part,
Well-
because when you lose 20 pounds, first of all, she's not that big, so it's hard to lose it, and then you're getting muscles. So she shrank. She did a lot of work for that.
She did a
role.
lot of work. The other one, Mila Kunis, basically, they thought she was really going to get sick, because she was really smaller than Portman and lost weight. So
Yeah. And 20 pounds. I don't know how tall is Portman.
I think she's
5'3" or
5'3", 5'4".
Yeah,
She's
20
a
pounds is a lot.
She's a tiny person, but she needed
For that weight.
She needed to drop the weight down. Most of the males aren't much bigger. They can't lift 100. A lot of
And
weight.
she has to look the role of all the the ballet
Yeah.
dancers to be
Which
like
looks
that.
trim and willowy and stuff. And then here's what: outstanding performance by a male actor in a supporting role.
Christian Bale for The Fighter, John Hawkes for Winter's Bone, Jeremy Renner for The Town, Mark Ruffalo for The Kids Are All Right, and Jeffrey Rush for The King's Speech.
There's the odd one, because Jeffrey Rush has already got an Academy Award for Best Actor.
I don't remember Winter's Bone getting anything for the Globes.
No, it's a roadshow attraction. I'm assuming that it's probably be going.
This is a
to
supporting
be-
role. This isn't
yeah.
a major though.
It's probably going to be Mark Ruffalo for The Kids Are All Right, because it's a gay rights movie.
Okay. Outstanding performance by a female actor in a supporting role. Amy Adams for The Fighter, Helena Bonham Carter for Queen Elizabeth, in The King's Speech, Mila Kunis for Black Swan, Melissa Leo for The Fighter, Haley Steinfeld for True Grit.
We already know it's going to be Mila Kunis because she's across the board also in all of them. Plus, she was a child actress that's come, now an adult. So
Yeah, outstanding performance. And do you notice one of the things is there's not a lot of, sometimes the actresses are all older,
yeah,
and then there's a younger one, which means the younger one has no chance. But
Yeah.
there's several younger ones in this one.
yeah. Outstanding performance by a cast and a motion picture. Okay. The Black Swan, The Fighter, The Kids Are All Right, The King's Speech, The Social Network. Well, it should be The Social Network, but it's got to be The Kids Are All Right because it's a gay rights movie.
Oh, really? You
Yeah.
think so?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
On primetime TV, that was a fun category.
What?
Outstanding performance by a male actor in a television movie or miniseries. Some of them you got, okay, we got John Goodman, You Don't Know Jack, Al Pacino, You Don't Know Jack, Dennis Quaid, The Special Relationship, Edgar Ramirez, Carlos, and Patrick Stewart, Macbeth. Well, actually, I saw that on, he's basically a modern Macbeth. It's going to be Edgar Ramirez.
Why?
It's a Sundance Channel thing, it's a politically correct movie.
Okay. I mean, and actually that's good because these are all seasoned actors. I don't know Edgar, but all the other ones
Latino actors.
Okay.
They're all older.
They're all veterans.
They're all veterans for a long time, but it's going to be the politically correct movie. This is the Screen Actors Guild, folks.
Okay. Outstanding performance by a female actor in a TV
That's
movie
almost
or
all of them from the
miniseries.
same show.
Claire Danes, Temple Grandin, Catherine O'Hara, Temple Grandin, Julia Ormond for Temple Grandin. Oh, yeah, I guess which movie they liked or show. Winona Ryder, When Love Is Not Enough, the Lois Wilson story, and Susan Sarandon for You Don't Know Jack.
They'll probably give it to Susan Sarandon for You Don't Know Jack because she's the veteran, and I don't think she's ever won an Emmy yet.
Really?
She's got an Academy Award, but I think she's got an Emmy.
No, but these are for Screen Actors Guild.
I know, but she still hasn't won. For a Screen Actors Guild, but I don't think she's won anything other than.
Oh.
So I think she's not won one of those. But
So she would be a favorite. Outstanding.
Well, I already know when I look at the top of this one. I know who's won this one.
Already?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and tell them.
Okay, it's basically this Steve Buscemi for Boardwalk Empire because he's at the top of everybody's list. He's a veteran character actor. He's playing an obnoxious little.
But
Italian.
he usually plays those types
He
of
plays
parts.
the obnoxious part, but this time he's the lead.
Oh.
He's really, he's actually a leading actor on Broadway, but he's not a lead in movies and TV. This guy is actually he's got stand-up comic, he's all of this stuff. It's like Bryan Cranston, Michael C. Hall, Johann Mueller, they've all won before.
And this is for outstanding performance by a male actor.
So
in a
it's
drama
Buscemi.
series.
You don't even have to go any farther than him because they know this is his year. Every actor once in his life has that year, and this is his.
Okay, so this next category right here, this is the counterpart for the female side, outstanding performance by a female actor in a drama series. Do you think it's that obvious for this one too?
Oh yeah, it's at the top of the list, Glenn Close.
Okay, for damages.
Yeah.
And the other people are?
Mariska Hargitay, who's won, Juliana Margolis, who's won, Kara Sedgwick, who's won, and Elizabeth Moss, who's won. So guess what? Glenn Close is basically the heads-on favorite.
And she's very well respected anyway.
Well, they like her because nobody plays a bitch like Glenn Close.
I know, that's true.
If Glenn Close would have fit into the years with Joan Crawford and Barbara Stanwyck and Mercedes McCambridge, she would have really fit in well with them. She came along too late in life for bitches and movies, though. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, with this one again,
You think this one's a given too?
Well, I know which one it is. Actually, I do know which one it is because he's leaving his television series this year.
And the category is outstanding performance by male in a comedy series.
Yeah.
And
It's going to be Steve Carell.
yeah,
They're not going
from The Office.
to give it to Ed O'Neill because they don't like Ed O'Neill.
Why don't they like Ed?
Because he plays the everyman and they don't like it. Even though the guy does, he was a Shakespearean. He actually is a Shakespearean type. Would you
And a
believe that?
football player.
They got Alec Baldwin, who's won. Basically, they're not going to give it to Glee. They're not going to give it to Ty Burrell.
And this is Chris Colfer on Glee. So they're giving it Carell because this is the last season?
This is his last year. He's going.
Or his last year.
He's not going to do TV anymore. So
That's his
but
goodbye
he's a
present.
veteran television performer. It's his goodbye gift.
And they do that.
Yeah.
Outstanding performance by a female actor in a comedy series.
Well,
And
it's just Tina Fey. They give it to her every year.
Don't you think the other ones? I mean, like Jane Lynch and Glee. I mean,
No, Glee not gonna, Glee no.
You don't think so?
No, because it's Glee. The same, not gonna give it to Modern Family or Nurse Jackie or.
because part of it is Glee's become so popular and everybody's having so much fun that they're not taking them serious.
And then even though this is Betty White's year, they're not gonna give it to Betty White for 6 episodes of a television series. They'd give her for like a guest appearance for 6 episodes, but the show's like, and they got canceled because of the fact that we watched it.
And the show is hot in Cleveland.
I know, it's been performance in ensemble and a dramatic series. Well, we don't go any farther than Boardwalk Empire.
Well, we'll tell them at least the other categories.
The Closer, Dexter, The Good Wife, and Mad Men. Mad Men has won it
well.
3 years in a row. Now it's time for Boardwalk Empire
So
to
they
win it for
decide
the
to
next
share?
years. Yeah, well, Boardwalk Empire is also, they're sucking up to Martin Scorsese, folks.
Oh, okay.
Because he's returned to TV after
Actually,
40-some years. He started
I
on
never
television.
thought about him as being a TV. I mean,
Well, yeah, he's from the television world. Actually, Martin Scorsese was an actor, like Jack Nicholson was a director who wanted to act. Scorsese was an actor that wanted to direct. So they went to work for American International and Roger Corman, and they got to, well, if you direct, I'll let you act. If you act, I'll let you direct. And then they never went back. But that's the game of that. What we got actually from our Solid Accomplice series.
in a comedy series for the ensemble.
Okay,
30 Rock.
Glee, Hot in Cleveland, Modern Family, and The Office. Here's the problem. It's either 30 Rock or The Office.
Why do you say that?
Well, because
30 Rock's been a favorite.
30 Rock has been a favorite, but Carell series, and he's leaving this year, which means, I mean, they think they're talking about bringing in Tim Allen to replace him, which could work, but it's basically, it's at the end of its run. When you start making changes,
I know. It's like, he's such a central character in that
it
show.
will more than likely die. But remember that guy that we don't like from England,
Which guy?
that one English actor that's seen pop all the game shows. He left his show and basically Office died the next year. So, but I know so okay. SAG honors for stunt ensemble here.
Now, I didn't even know they did stunt ensembles.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
Green Zone, Inception, and Robin. It's gonna be Inception because that's
You think so?
well, yeah, because there's a lot of things getting tossed around.
And that's for stunt ensemble in a motion picture. Now, the other category is the stunt ensemble in a TV series.
Yeah, basically Burn Notice, CSI, Dexter, Southland, and True Blood. I would say it would be Burn Notice, but they'll probably give it to True Blood on HBO because it's a vampire movie. There's lots of stuff going on there. So.
Well, it did say stunt ensemble. I personally like Burn Notice because I like to watch that
no, but
show.
Burn Notice doesn't have as many
As many stunts?
Yeah, well, they got stunts. Well, you got little tiny actress walks around with her shotgun. Girls like guys that make things go boom. She likes to blow things up. So that they actually do a lot of explosions on that show, though. I mean, they blow up lots of things on that show. So, but it's probably True Blood because they favor prime time. They favor pay cable over basic cable all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then Ernest Borgnine's Lifetime Achievement Award. Well, the guy's still acting in his middle 90s. He's out of shape. This guy. I don't see how Ernest Borgnine gets insurance, and yet he's still working. Because he's obviously built, the weight is, may not be weight like you think it. He just maybe, I know he's a big guy.
But he has such a jolly sense of humor.
Well,
he does!
I actually did stuff with Ernest Borgnine like 50 years ago. And Ernest Borgnine was actually tall and trim. The guy had a waistline then, He's sort of built like me at that time of life.
Well, I remember talking to his PR person. He was so excited that he said, "We get to go to such a..." I'm with Ernest Borgnine this year.
Yeah, and then we never got to speak to Borgnine because they kept changing the schedule on us. And we had to be somewhere else at the same time then because we wanted to do it, but actors with multiple nominations.
So then part of it is they do all the nominations, right? They tell you all the categories.
Yeah, so
was that all the categories? That's it? And so then they give us the fact sheet.
I know, motion pictures, multiple nominations. So, oops, I know.
Watch out. We have a lot of pages. See, this is one of those times that I press the button.
I know, without washing.
Well, there's 21 pages, which I didn't realize. Usually we would have,
Well, I was in a hurry.